Hold on, little puppy dog. I know it's very sad when you can't get completely covered up. Alright, let's see if I can figure some of this stuff out. And I'm probably streaming now. The people who are watching live are all like buffering up. Uh-oh. Looks like Snugs is on and moving up the chain. Looks probably last night. Snugs was watching List, is my guess. So I'm looking at some stuff here. I'm trying to figure out my special I'm going to start doing here. So I want to do in-game stuff as much as I'm sure some of you guys like the free swag, the mailed stuff. Not sure if you're aware of this, but I have a lot of crap to mail. I'm kind of tired of mailing stuff. So I was going to move some stuff to be in-game specials. I don't mind the shipping stuff in-game. So I'm looking for things. So what I was thinking, and you guys will be joining in here in chat shortly, I'm sure. Oh, you know what? Let me get the other thing I need up here. Hold on. Stream Labs chatbot. Do. You do. Yeah, it's still saying 0 viewers now. So all those, the only people seeing this are the guys watching on rerun. So I got a little time here to spend getting some things ready. I think I'm gonna go with my first giveaway as a Kobold 3-story tower village home. Bam. Already there. Oh man, I am tired. Stream RPG, you are very observant. I am tired. I stayed up late last night and then I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning. And my wife has the little website of hers, the Lemonade Couture, and there's a company in India that's doing some work for her, like, obviously because they work pretty cheap. But they had some questions, and I happened to check my phone for emergency stuff because it had been buzzing a bunch, thinking it might be something to do with the game, but it turns out it was for her website. So anyways, long story short, too late. It was, I got up a little before 3 o'clock this morning and after staying up late, so couldn't get back to sleep. So, and yes, I actually got the raffle up and it's started, so you guys should be doing the raffling. So most importantly, got to figure things out. Oh, there's Elwin Moon. Elwin was kind enough to join Maxine and I at the Sherwood Forest Renaissance Festival here. We got to watch some jousting. Got to watch a nice archer lady who said that Maxine was her lucky charm because she just happened to walk by us and said, "Hey, you guys want to follow me? I'm going to try out for the archer tournament." And we said, "Sure." Had no idea who she was. But anyways, she apparently does not normally do well, but with Maxine watching her, she got 2 bullseyes in the qualifying and qualified, but she didn't win the whole thing. She came in 4th in the final thing. So Maxine had a blast. We will be going back again sometime in the not too distant future, like maybe next weekend or the weekend after that. The weekend after that's Easter, of course, so trying to figure out if that's the right, we want to do it one of the 2 weekends before that. So something happened there. Oh, Irish Eyes follow. Thank you very much. Maxine's birthday is actually on St. Patrick's Day, so I'm all for Irishizing things. So back to what I was talking about earlier. Now, if there's a few more people on here, not too many, but a few. So the giveaway stuff. What I was thinking, so I didn't want to do it. I'm tired of shipping stuff, and as I'm sure you all know, every time I ship anything that is not somebody's box, at least one person dies a little and emails me about it. So, oh, patch update. Yes, I'll get to that in a minute. So I think I'm going to do some type of in-game update thing. I'm going to have to take a look here and make sure I can get the data that I want to figure this stuff out. But I was thinking something like if you upgrade a lot deed during the show and send me whatever house you had before, I'll send you a bigger version of that house. Something like that. Or maybe just I'll let you tell me which house you want as long as it's within the half the price of what you paid for the upgrade. So you can't get like a half price. You get like a free house. You can probably get a free house if you do a full upgrade. Huh? Sound pretty cool? So that way all you guys, I know a lot of you guys are sitting on like, I've got a village lot and I have a village house, so I'm not going to upgrade because then I'll just have a town lot with a village house. So I'll mention that a few more times here and then make it official here in a little while. But anyways, that's what I was thinking. But I got to do a little searching. I got to do a little elastic searching to see, make sure I can verify that that's like when you guys actually give us stuff. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta go search for thing. Gold crown. Crown spin. Let's see if that's. That's not the right one. Hold on. Gold crown spent chart. Got it. Gold crowns. Crown spent chart. Gold crowns. Man, why can I not find this? Hold on, I'm still looking. I know I'm a horrible streamer. Man, why can I not find this chart? Okay, I'm just going to copy and paste that sucker in. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, and we have a special guest who will be stopping by a little bit today. You want to say hi, Maxine? Right, there's the camera. Today was Maxine's kindergarten orientation. She starts in August. Growing up so fast, her school has chickens. They have chickens and a cool library, and it's kind of a open school. We didn't even realize that. But they don't have like doors or walls. All the classrooms are kind of open to each other, so I guess they are well-behaved kids. Maxine, it is early in the stream, and I got some stuff to do here. Why don't you go with Mom? You guys are going to go to the park. Let's see. Stream RPG. I haven't finalized things. I want to do a little more looking. I got to do a little searching here. That's what I'm actually over here. Why I was over here ignoring you guys for a bit was the thing I was thinking. What I was thinking was, oh, I think I found it. Hold on. All right, there we go. What I was thinking was that I would do a in-game special instead of a shipping you guys stuff special, because again, anytime I spend 5 seconds shipping something to somebody new, somebody who is waiting on their box, which is probably still sitting behind me if they haven't got it yet, dies a little bit inside or throws up in their mouth a little bit or something. All I know is if I have to ship more than like the 400 and something boxes I have left to ship, I'm going to throw up in my mouth a little bit more too. All right, I think I got something here. Hold on. I'm trying to get a query together in this Cabana stuff here so I can see when someone upgrades on the fly. Because that is step number one. Under the sea. Oh, okay, let's see. I think I got this now. Oh, my goodness, that's nice. Okay. I'm a Shroud Metropolis update. Oh, that's weird. It shows me the item. It doesn't show me exactly what it is, but I should be able to figure that out based on the quantity. And probably if I go and search for it. Okay, so I've got the query I need up here. So I'm going to have to figure out the whole thing. Oh, there is a raffle going, by the way, if you guys haven't already done your raffle. And yes, I will get to questions here in a minute. I'm just trying to get this down so I can figure out stuff for you guys. And let me see. So 3,000. Oh, somebody did something. Oh, I'm behind. Viper Mortal, 100 bits. Staying a number in second place. T-Branch didn't want to be outdone, and another 100 bits from T-Branch. Thank you guys very much for your support. So I'm looking at this. I think what I'm going to do is... Let me check some prices here. Again, I'm as always, I'm not actually prepared. This was more of a spur-of-the-moment type thing, so... Let's see. Ooh, so if I do, so the village ones, the houses are actually pretty pricey for some of them. Not all of them. And let's see, property deeds. Let me see what those things cost. What does it cost to go from like a row lot to a village lot? Player-owned town, row lot, player-owned town, village lot. So that cost like 3,000. So if I said you could have half of that as credit towards a home, that might be cool. I'd have to have you because they're really pretty close in price. Yes. Everybody should be entering the giveaway. Raffle. I'll get to patch stuff here in a minute. I'm gonna mull this one over for a few minutes, but I think I'm gonna do something where if you do a lot deed upgrade during my stream, I'll give you half of whatever you spend. Oh, maybe too much. Maybe a third of whatever you spend. How about that? How about a third of whatever you spend? I'll give you as credit towards another house, and if you just send me the difference, I'll send you that house. Something like that. Oh! Thank you very much, Sinash Kazagal. Okay, it's on now. Thank you, Sinash Kazagal, for escalating things with 1,000 bits. Apparently you like sitting here listening to me talk to myself about stuff that I probably should have been more prepared with. All right, so I think this is what I'm going to do. And I've got a query here. Let me set this so I can do it so it'll auto-update. 5, I'll have it update every 10 seconds and show me the last hour. All right, so if you upgrade a lot deed during my stream, or actually I'll probably do the same thing I usually do, which is let it go until 5. I will give you 1/3 credit towards a house, 1/3 of whatever you spend on credit towards a house. If you just send me the difference, I'll send you the house. So like if you buy like upgrade from a row pot lot to a row village lot, that's 3,000 crowns. So a third of that is 1,000 crowns. And maybe you want to get the Adobe with roof access village. So then you guys send me 200 crowns because it's normally 1,200 crowns. What do you guys think about that? So it's kind of like 33% back for any upgrades. How much will it cost to upgrade from a village to a town? I can tell you that like everybody knows all this stuff better than me. Is kind of one of those things that, as you guys are probably figuring out now. Let's see. So it looks like a player-owned town village is 5,900. A player-owned town lot property deed is 14,900. So that's 9,000. So if you did that, if you paid the 9,000 or whatever that is, there I would give you 3,000 towards a house, and you just gotta send me the difference with the house. Does that sound good? This may get me in trouble, but I'll do it for this show. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so whatever you spend, and I get a little update over here that shows me how much you spent. So you can do that, and then just do the usual thing that I have people do, which is Christ Pallet town, tax-free pot to tax-free. Yeah, I didn't know what type it was, whether it's tax-free or pot or not pot. But yeah, so that would give you, yeah, like 10,000 or whatever towards a house free. So yeah, that sounds like that'd be a pretty good one. Anyways, we'll do that for today. Star will probably yell at me or something, but whatever. I think it's kind of a cool thing. And again, I look at both sides of things. I look at both like the cash, like you guys giving us money, which is awesome. Just like giving us bits is awesome. And I also look at the other side of things, which is I'm trying to make sure the economy, make sure you guys are spending in game. And that's one of those things I noticed was super high, and it's kind of fallen off and down to a trickle now for the upgrading of lot deeds. Let me get that moving a little bit there, and I'll give you kind of give you a 33%, a third back towards a house. For those who got here late, the deal is if you upgrade a lot deed during the show, I'll give you 1/3 of whatever you spend on the house or on the upgrade as a credit towards a house. You can just pay me the difference, like send me the difference in game, and I'll get you the house. Pretty cool. We'll try it. I'm always looking for new stuff, and as I mentioned, people want me shipping boxes, not t-shirts. So that'll give me less time shipping t-shirts. Reminder that I got like another 2 people came in. I think I still have like maybe 8 people who haven't responded to my email on sending them t-shirts, sending them goodies. So I got a few people left to send goodies to, but not too many because you guys haven't responded. Again, I think they're people who bought during the stream just by coincidence and didn't know I was doing the stream special, so they're just confused. All right, let's see. Oh, wait. Stream RPG. Yeah, I can't make it home until 6 p.m. Oh, yeah, that's right, because this is one you got to be in game. The other one, you could just do it from wherever you were at work. How about we'll do something extra special, and I'll say it goes towards... well, if you heard about it here, you guys can do it. I'll let you go until 8 p.m. Well, that'll get some people in California. I'll let it go till 9 p.m. tonight. Again, this is one where you got to spend, it's a refund thing, but 9 p.m. tonight. That way people in California have time to get home. So until 9 p.m. tonight, if you buy a lot upgrade in game, I'll give you a 1/3 credit towards whatever you spend on it right then towards a house. You can just tell me what house you want and send me the difference. So again, as somebody was saying, they to go from a tax-free village to a tax-free town or something, it was like 30,000 crowns or something, and so I'd give you 10,000 crowns towards a house, whatever house you want. Sound cool? Uh-oh, somebody said, did you break your necklace? Oh, this is a horrible, oh my goodness. The necklace that they gave her at kitty class at kindergarten thing. This is a very temporary necklace, but I can fix this for you later if you want me to. Because dads fix things, that's what we do. Right? You want to take this with you? Hey, Maxine, I noticed you haven't gone to the park yet. Now, watch out, Mojito's down there. For those who are new to my stream, my co-pilot and all this stuff. Oh, don't take her away too much. She'll get angry. There's my co-pilot when I am working at all times, pretty much. Mojito sits there. He's also there to cover my chat, so you guys can't see what I'm talking about in chat. That's my other excuse to have him there. Good dog. Except he doesn't want to. He's wanting to sleep right now, because when I get up at 3 o'clock, as I mentioned, Mojito gets up at 3 o'clock too. Of course, he just comes in here and sleep rather than sleeping under the covers. But all right, I've told you nothing about the game so far. I've just been blathering on about trying to figure out all these different things. Patch. So there's a patch in the works. We actually did 3 builds, and we haven't published it yet. I believe I have the patch uploading now. I have not got the patch uploading now. Okay, hold on. I'm uploading the patch now. This is on a different box, so it won't be screwing up the stream quality or anything. But anyways, it's uploading now. So this has a number of fixes in it. We're probably going to do at least still 2 more patches. We didn't realize how widespread the terrain issues were with the black terrain or the white terrain. So we're working on a fix for that. So Travis thought it was just a couple of maps, and he went and fixed those. This build is going to have a fix for about 12 maps that he converted to the newer shader system that we're using for the terrain, which is significantly faster and also looks better. But it turns out it's a lot of different things. So we've actually got a code fix coming for all of that. And it also, we upgraded to a new, the shader package so that we can turn on something called, I think they call it like terrain instancing. It's basically a new feature that is in the new version of Unity that we upgraded to. It's one of the reasons we upgraded is so we can turn that on. And it allows for... That's very cool, Maxine, but did you know I'm on a stream? Thank you, though. But it allows for more offloading of CPU work to the GPU for doing the terrain. This is something that's been important to us as we've been talking about episode 2 maps, and some of the reasons like why we've been like, we're trying not to rush into it is because we're trying to figure out some of these things because they can help us determine some things. One of a couple of the things that are going to be, we're trying to figure out right now, again, the big thing is like how we're going to be doing the overworld is kind of the biggest question. They have the maps planned out that we're planning on doing, but whether or not we have the overworld section, the actual snake isles, silver serpent isles, whatever, whether those are like Novia, where you're out there and it's, you know, you're a giant walking around in it, or whether they're more like just a really big scene. So some of these things open up the possibility to have just the really big scene. There's some more AI work that's going on that also frees up a bunch of... It reduces the cost of having just other people in the scene. So you can have a scene with 100 people in it, and as long as you don't see those 100 people, it's not really killing your performance. Same thing with the creatures and other stuff in there. That should be going in, but those two things, those two changes should allow us to have the overworld, and again, have the overworld be massive without significant performance problems. But have as one big giant scene. So imagine a scene like 2 or 3 times as big as Blood Bay, and then that's the isle. There's no like, you know, 2 scale thing where you enter into stuff. There'll be stuff to enter into like towns and stuff like that, but there'll be a separate map that you enter into. So, anyways, the patch is uploading. That takes about half an hour. I still haven't tested it though, so I need to do a little testing. Did somebody give me something? Artemis, thank you very much, sir. Did you get your t-shirts? I think I forget if I sent you 1 or 2. But again, thank you very much, Artemis. And thank you for all your support in the past, too. But again, we're trying to get some of those things worked out. But anyways, those fixes are going in. The patch that's coming out shortly will fix the totems that are messed up. It will fix a good number of the terrains, the popular terrains, and improve the performance of those things as well. But we'll probably have one more patch that'll fix all the terrains and also give us a dramatic performance increase in those. And then we're going to have one more patch after that, probably, that will be the turning on the IL2 CPP, which I had someone point out I'm incorrectly explaining it. So to explain it better is the IL2 CPP is a feature that they added to Unity that basically, instead of it compiling to bytecode and then at load time compiling to something native, it compiles to native at build time. So it offers some advantages. As you can imagine, if you're doing, you can spend a lot more time optimizing that and figuring out better stuff if you do it at build time versus load time. So it's not necessarily native versus non-native. It is native pre-built versus native runtime build. Got it? I know that matters to all you people. All you really need to know is that it'll be better performance. Twitch UO. To do really well on Twitch, Portalarium should have a pretty young girl gamer to do customer service. That seems to be a big draw on Twitch. Yeah, that's every time I'm on Twitch, they always show me a girl dancing in a bikini. It's always the same one. And I'm pretty sure it's because I clicked on her once. I just want to see, like, what is she actually doing? I'm trying to learn the Twitch stuff. What I learned is if I dance in a bikini while playing a dance or while playing a game, I will get 3,000 viewers. Let's see, we got any questions here? By the way, the raffle is up, as you guys saw. Soda Vespers entered, blah, blah, blah. Oh, now we're getting some questions in here. Good. Oh, Twitch UO. Yes, so the offer is if you upgrade in-game. Again, I want to do some stuff in-game because I don't want to ship any stuff. So I can focus on shipping packages when I'm doing my shipping stuff, like actual boxes that we owe you guys. So if you upgrade in-game, just crown upgrades, same thing like that we've had in there for a while, upgrade your lot. Whatever you spend on it, I'll give you 1/3 of that amount as a credit towards the house. So you can just send me the house name and the store and the whatever credits you're owed on it, or if it was enough to cover it, then I'll just send you the house for free. I won't send you the crowns back though. But anyways, so yeah, so that's it. If you do an upgrade, I'll give you 1/3 of what you spend on the lot upgrade towards the house, because I know that's part of why some of you guys aren't upgrading. As I've heard some people say this, and I think it's probably more widely spread than just one or two people who've messaged me about it, is they don't want to upgrade because they don't have a house for the spot they're going to be at. Again, Star will probably yell at me or something because I'm sure it's going to piss somebody off, but anything we do kind of pisses somebody off. Just verifying my camera did not lock up. I had to open the trash can that holds the camera. Let's see. Humbert, can you answer the totem? Hey, iStar Strider, welcome. It's on already here. iStar Strider, thank you very much. You will notice, iStar Strider, that you have a extra little thing by your name. That's because I flagged you and Snugs as VIPs. So you're the only 2 VIPs on the channel. And that VIP tag and $3 will get you a cup of coffee at any Starbucks. True story. Let's see. Can you answer the totem thread? I have not looked at the totem thread. I was too busy fixing the totems. Sinesh Kazagal, thank you very much again. 1,000 bits, man. It's early in the month, guys. I guess. Well, now you get to be on top for the long part of the month. For those who don't know, those things update monthly. But the totems. So I can give everybody the scoop because it's the patch to fix is about to go out, and it's also has a fix for the existing one. So the totems, as every developer does, we have to make like 6 versions of something. Well, we dupe it, we just duplicate it, basically cut and paste, and then change some names. So when I made the Cabal totems, I duplicated like tier 6 Lich, I think. Actually, I duplicated tier 1 through 6 on Lich to 1 through 6 on Cabal, but it didn't keep the order of them. And when I updated them, apparently I missed the Cabal 1 totem. And so the Cabal 1 totem, actually, when you crafted that recipe, it created a tier 6 Lich totem. So that's bad, because there had not actually been any tier 6 Lich totems crafted, because they're that freaking hard to make. So the next patch that is uploading now, when it goes out, it will, all the ones that had been crafted through that will get turned into tier 1 Cabal totems, as they should. The other thing to know is, let's see. I'm sitting there, hold on, I'm reading some text stuff there. Sheldon's saying he has scrap a spear and he can make another one. I'm kind of doubting that. I'm thinking it probably will only work until he zones. Okay, I gotta stay on topic here. Anyways, the current Cabal thing, that's when I went to fix that in a mad dash, actually made it so the Cabal 1 crafts a Cabal 2, and those are going to get to stay as Cabal 2. So anybody, that's kind of your release weekend bonus, is if you crafted some Cabal totem after I fixed it, creating the wrong tier 6 one, it now was creating the tier 2 one. So those guys will get to keep that. And oh my goodness, there's lots of action going on here. Sinash Kazagal, of course, gave me 1,000 bits. Z of Silverdale, that's a new name. I don't think I've heard that name before. Has jumped into 3rd place with 1,000 bits. Thank you very much, Z of Silverdale. And Muglywump, 100 bits. Muglywump is the name I know. But Z of Silverdale, that's both interesting and new. But anyways, so the next patch will fix all of the totem things. All the tier 6 Lich totems will get converted into the tier 1 Cabal totems. If you guys have Cabal totems you're going to craft, like, now is the time to do them, because they'll make a tier 2 Cabal totem. I'll go ahead and tell you guys that. I'm not going to convert those, because that one, it's not as big a deal. Obviously, a tier 6 Lich totem is a huge freaking deal, as anybody who's been working on those knows. And trying to think what else. But anyways, it should fix all of that. Now, assuming that sticks and now that stuff happened, nothing goes wrong with that, then maybe tomorrow is when I will turn on the drops for the other ones. I want to make sure I've got all the totems fixed before I actually get the things you can place them on fixed, or in there though, so you guys don't end up placing down bogus totem stuff. Let me get the totem stuff sorted out, and then hopefully tomorrow in a patch I will turn on the actual drops for the new rooms. Let's see what else. So that'll also have the terrain fixes in it. Probably have a few other fixes. I forget. I think the fire has already been fixed, but it'll be perfect. It'll have most of the terrains fixed in it, and then the next patch after that will have all the terrains in it fixed, and they'll also have some significant performance boost. And yes, I may have to close this one here, patch up, and go do my testing, my extensive build testing. Let me go see if I can catch up on a few questions here. Let's see. Can you answer the totem thread and the book delivery thread? I have no idea on the book delivery thread. That has been a star battle. For those who didn't know, some people were promised a copy of the book, Tracy Hickman's book. The problem is, apparently there was some confusion between, I'm not even sure who it's between. I think it's between Tracy and the publisher, but there's some fight over the rights for the book stuff. But again, that's not anything I'm dealing with. I've stayed out of that completely. I have so many balls in the air. I'm not adding another one. Someone asked me about it on Facebook. But of course, they were someone who was just trolling. They didn't really care about the book. They just wanted to yell and complain about stuff. And they, even in the thread, said that they didn't care about the game and they thought it was a horrible game and whatever else. They were just trolling me because they wanted to. Whatever. But that's reminds me. I wanted to remind people that I do accept most invites from people on Facebook, on my personal Facebook. But if you're a jerk, like that type of jerk, then I usually just block you and ban you, unfriend you and block you. So it's not because I'm a snowflake or anything. It's my personal page. You can go complain on the Shroud page if you want something like that. But let's see. My personal Facebook is for pretty much for two things mainly, which is one, occasionally talking about the game, and two, most importantly, 90% of my content, which is posting pictures of Maxine for the grandparents. Sheldon, hey Atos, a bug. I found to scrap one of my spears, and when I switch from my train deck to my main combat deck, my only spear turns it into 2 on both hands. My guess is if you, I'll get somebody to go test that, but my guess is if you zoned it would actually fix it. The links to those things, the spear should be destroyed. The only time we've had anything that was a kind of a simple, weak, not a true dupe, but you could possibly make something off of it, was we had an exception in server code when you would craft something that it would craft something and leave you with the ingredients. But again, I haven't seen any significant changes or spikes in any revenue, any gold creation stuff. Which someone asked a question, I answered them, so I should probably tell everybody, just because I hadn't been asked before, but somebody asked and I gave them the answer, and I don't like doing the whole one guy gets the answer and you guys don't know all the rest. The total amount of gold in the entire game, universe, and this goes for gold, like actual, just gold coins or whatever, and it also goes for the value of all items, but the total, you guys want to take a guess? I'll tell you what, you guys can take a guess, and whoever comes closest to the total, that total value of all gold value, every item that a player owns in the entire game, whoever comes closest here, I will give them an extra prize. Aramis, the video settings. Let me see. Let me get down here. Oh my goodness. So we have anywhere from 1 trillion, 1.3 trillion, 5 billion. That's T branch. That's for all players. 20 billion. 4 million. No, 4 million's wrong. 2 trillion. All right, I'm going to cut it off here in a few seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cut. And then I'll give you a second or two. Gleppo1 is the last guy to get a bet. So the answer is about 7.3 billion gold. No, not 1.5 trillion. And again, that's one of those things when you look at it. Oh, and it looks like Soda Vespers is probably the closest guy. So I will send him, actually, I'll send him 7.3 billion gold. And then it'll be 14.6 total. No, not actually. But that is the actual total of all the gold value in the game. And that includes like everything, including decos and all that other stuff. So, but yeah, 7.3 billion was the last I looked. And I told somebody that because they asked me, like on Facebook or something, so I wanted to make sure and share. And yeah, Vespers was the closest. Oh, Sheldon's behind me showing off his spear. His spear thing. Yeah, Sheldon, my guess is if you say you scrapped a spear and did the thing, my guess is if you zone, it won't be there again. And also the things you get from scrapping it, like you'll only get it one time. Yeah, when I zone out, it goes away, but I can keep doing it. But you shouldn't get any scrap the next time. And if you do, that's lot of work to get the scrap. I'm trying to think. There's some things where we don't send it to the server. There's like, and that's basically for like trash items and scenes. Some of that stuff we let the players, basically the players, spawn it. For those who don't know, we kind of have this mixed model of some things are done by the client, some are done by the server. For anything that can impact the economy in any noticeable way, all that crap is done on the server. Obviously, we're not going to open up, to some crazy hacker screwing up the economy. Let's see. But anyway, so yeah, it could be the scrap. I know that we let some of the scene trash type stuff, like if you can pick a pot up off of a table or whatever, like that stuff, a lot of that is generated locally because we looked at it and kind of did the math on here's the maximum this could actually cause problems with all the different limits and stuff that the server does not do, and it was absolutely minuscule. Let's see. All right, let me go back here and see. And again, I got to get my question thing set up. No, Rufus, I've not figured out the ask feature. I need to figure out some way to turn that on. Twitch UO, does Shroud the Avatar have an Instagram or Snapchat accounts? I don't think so. We have a Twitter account that we don't use much, mainly because I'm the main guy doing it. Sarah used to do it and do a good job with the Twitch or Twitter stuff, but I just haven't kept up with it just because it's not something I'm on. And again, the whole talk of how many balls I have in the air. But yeah, I need to actually get something set up so when I post to Facebook, it goes to Twitter as well, or vice versa. Let's see. And yes, I haven't updated the Twitter page in months. It seems abandoned and isn't good for any game. Yeah, I'll try and get it set up so when we post something to Facebook, it also at least posts that to Twitter. Let's see. Okay, back to the question stuff there. Let's see. Ty Facon, thank you, Facon, whatever. Is it... Question, with the deed upgrade, is it possible to buy expired homes or just the actual ones? Just the ones that are in the store. What I may let you do is if you have, you've got a Cabal home or whatever, something that's expired, and you've got the row version of it, and there's a village version, or you've got the village and there's a town version of it. If you actually send me the house, I'll send you the next version up. I don't want to add in, let you guys get items, stuff that shouldn't be added to the game. But I would let you upgrade, if you upgrade your lot deed for something that's now expired, you can never upgrade again. I think people are probably familiar with that problem. Because all those things got expired, and if you can't get the house anymore, you have no way to ever upgrade again without just throwing stuff away. Defected Zephyr is now hosting my stream with 1 viewers. Thank you very much, Defected Zephyr, and thanks for joining in. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I added a thing a while back that just reminded me. Let me go see who my biggest fans are. I know that's actually Snugs and iStar Strider, and maybe this month Sinash or Casgal. But I've got a thing that shows my users. It has some type of scoring thing. Let me see if I can find that. Is it currency? Is that it? Oh, this is embarrassing. Yes, it does show it ranks by hours and points and some other stuff. The #1 fan of the show here. I think I've got this set up so I can show you guys. Hold on. Bam. Is that gonna work? That doesn't seem like that worked. Hold on. Let me find this, and I'll show you guys the top score, because it doesn't look like there's a way I can copy and paste this in to show you guys. So let me get this. There we go. How about that? There we go. Bam. And now, hold on. Wait for it. Okay, there you go. There's my top people. Yes, so NBNN News is my biggest super fan, apparently. Rufus is next up. Elwyn Moon, my Sherwood Forest partner. Sean Butts, Assist. Shroud of the Avatar's biggest fan of Shroud of the Avatar. Who would have thought? And Lancel, all these names I know. Oh, there's a few lurkers in there. I don't think I know Stymie LLTS. Oh, Long Live Syndicate. I guess that's a Syndicate person. But anyways, those are the biggest fans according to the point thing. I think that shows like you get some points for watching for an hour, or you get points for like following. I don't think you get points for giving bits. Otherwise, we know some people would be way up on that chart. But yeah, those are my super fans. And looks like there may have been an upgrade. It's probably someone who doesn't even know. Someone just upgraded something for 3,000. Send me an email in game if you do upgrade during the stream and you want something, and I'll just send you back whatever you need in the email. All right, try and get back on questions here. And again, my daughter is home today. I was planning on doing some level editing. I think I'm going to push that until tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to try to start working on next release stuff. So tomorrow I think I'll actually be working. Instead of showing you the game, I'll be streaming the editor. Probably just like the game window part of the editor. But I'll stream the editor and you guys can watch me as I work on Deep Ravenswood cleanup and overhaul. Again, want to get the performance up, want to get a lot of the graphical blah out of there. I want to redo some of the spawning, and I want to expand and add an area to it. Those are the goals. Just Lou King. Hello, Atos. I have a question. Is there a way to drop a quest? So we discussed having a way to talk or to just drop a quest, but we were worried on the implications of that and how many problems it could cause, because a player accidentally deletes a mid quest in the main quest line without knowing it, and they just screwed themselves on the main quest line. So we were worried that might result in more support calls than anything else. So for this release, after talking about a lot, this is where we have the report a problem. That's what that is for. So report a problem, because what we really want is we want to fix all those things. So game time 10. Let's see, I was just going to come over here and do some summons again. Entertainment for people who are watching out there, who join in and are wondering what's going on. I think yesterday we did a couple of, let's see, we'll put out 2 dragons versus 2 ancient dragons versus, oh, now it's a 2-headed dragon. Versus troll. There we go. Oh, Sheldon, there might be 2 giant dragons eating you now. Sorry about that, bud. Why don't you use your exploit and see if you can kill them with that? Just kidding. I honestly think your exploit is not actually creating things. We do have some situations where that dragon is as big as my keep. But we have had some situations where it appears stuff like that happened. But it is reported on the server as a problem. I didn't see any spam when I went on the server. Oh man, looks like some people are doing some upgrades now. But I didn't see any problems when I looked on the server a few minutes ago, and we usually will have that if somebody, not only does it not let you keep whatever booty you gain, but logs a message about it. And we actually found that out because someone discovered that we we check for whether or not you have bait locally without sending it to the server. This is a sad, sad story. I mean, it's sad that the guy was doing this. So it checked locally to see if you had bait. So somebody found that out and cheated and used a memory editor to edit the live game. They found where their bait number was, and they turned up their bait number just by editing memory. So the local bait number was there, and they were able to fish infinitely, basically. But it was actually logging on the server that he was using bait he didn't have, and we had to go have a talk with him. And it was one of those things where he was like he thought it was just innocent fun. But we told him it was kind of not a good thing. Even though it was kind of funny that this guy was spending time hacking the game just to try and get free bait. Oh yeah, what happened to the raffle? I need to do a raffle drawing. You guys about ready for that? Let me get caught up real quick. Chris, can we please, not one, not two, but three, please, get a way to edit prices on a vendor without relisting? Please. That one's only one please, but he's got like 5 A's and some S's and a lot of E's. I will get that on my list. I'm not quite sure what the difficulty in that is. A lot of times it's just like a UI thing is the challenge more than anything else. And that is one of those things, I mean, I try to be open about that you guys see a lot of stuff that we don't see because we play the game, but we honestly don't play it like you guys play it. We don't play it like real players. And that's one of those things where, like, you guys are really concerned about, like, you know, editing the prices, moving things around, trying to keep up with the market and that type of stuff. And even though we test stuff and go look at things, you know, play the game and do stuff, we're not as passionate about that part of things as you guys are, so we're not going to catch that. I saw somebody asking for what the magic was in my shadows being more stable than what they had. Let's see. Here's my... First, I guess I can look down here and see, get up close. Oh. Yeah. Pretty stable looking shadow. Not nasty edges. I can go on and on about the details of shadows and how we do things. The big thing is we use something called shadow cascades, where it actually generating shadows is actually a really expensive thing, but generating shadows is more proportional to world space than it is to screen space. So you end up with these problems with trying to get shadows on things far away. You can kind of see this a little bit like in this tree here. You can see the shadows on that tree. Those don't look so good, but it's probably because it's falling just outside of a cascade. And probably if I run towards it, they'll start looking a little better as I get closer. Yeah, see, there you can see the exact point of where the cascade hits it. So there's the one level in closer on the cascade. Oh, there it is to the next cascade. And what that's doing is, because it's really expensive to render, because it's really, you have to render a map that's more in world space relative, rather than screen space. What they do is instead they have cascades where they render a really high resolution one near you, near the camera where you're going to see it. It'll be more noticeable. And then as you go further out, they'll have multiple steps of lower and lower resolution, so they can show the shadows out there that just won't be as high resolution. And that's what you can see if you look at this tree. It's Chris Tech time. You can see that's a low resolution shadow, but then as I get closer, bam, there it went up a notch in quality level. Probably there's another one that'll come up that may not be as visible. Yeah, that one's not as visible. But the settings I'm using on shadows or on graphics, looks like I'm on best. Shadow distance maximum. Nothing real special there. I'm not using anti-aliasing because of the model we're using. It's really hard to get a good anti-aliasing, so I think it's one of those things. It doesn't hurt performance that much, but it also doesn't improve the quality that much, so I just leave it off. I can go over some of this stuff while I'm doing techie talk stuff. Oh, hold on. I'm going to get back to this. Let me do the drawing first, then I'll start up another prize, and then I'll get back to show off some of that stuff so you guys know what's actually going on. So let's, last call for the drawing for the something or another, the 3-story Cabal giveaway. Cabal 3-story tower village home is what this is for. So this is that it's probably not that practical, but it looks cool, and it's one of those, like, you know, having it like in a pot would be a cool one because it's a pretty good landmark. Where it's a tall, thin Cabal tower. So that's the giveaway. You got a few more seconds to get in. I'm just about to end it and do the drawing, and I will ship it off right here and now. So here we go. You guys ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to wait a few more seconds for the stream lag. Now I'm going to close. Here we go. You guys ready? The winner of the amazing 3-story Cabal Village Tower home is Yinky. Yinky1. You have won. I have no idea who Yinky1 is. I don't know that person. So for once, it didn't seem rigged. For those who didn't know, I had about 10 in a row where it was like hitting all the people that, like, oh, look, you know, E-Honda's won, or some, you know, all these people that everybody knows. And it looked fairly rigged. So I actually showed the StreamBot thing when I was getting ready to do the test, but I didn't show it this time. And Yinky1, you are the winner. He is watching in the background. He's going to claim he got called into a meeting, and that's why he's not responding to the thing here, because I have no idea who Yinky is. I'm going to go and try. I'll see if he's actually named Yinky. Let's see. Is there a Yinky? No player found named Yinky. Alright, so Yinky, you're going to have to get a hold of me and get your Cabal 3-story village tower home. I'm going to get some other cool prize up here. Oh, and it looks like I've got like 8 emails now that I haven't read. That's good. Oh, 3 that I haven't read, 8 that I've read but not really read. Cabal? Cobalt? Cabal? I'm not sure. Cabal? Cobalt? Kobolds. Kobolds. I should point out, for those who don't know, a lot of the pronunciation, this is kind of true for all the guys on the team, probably a lot of you guys too. Like, all your pronunciations for those things are how you pronounced it when you were like 10 years old playing Dungeons and Dragons and reading about it in the Monster Manual or whatever. So yeah, I have no idea what the actual correct pronunciation is for Kobold. Kobold. Cobalt. 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 But anyway, so yes, we always have these discussions. Usually it'll be me and Star on stream, going back and forth on melee versus melee, and all that jazz. So Dragons is right out there. That is truly a barrack thing. Let me pick a new prize that I'm going to send. I think I'm going to do a prize here in the middle that is something more like item-wise. Let's see. How about if I do... Oh. I could dupe some of the stuff that Scooby made me and give that away. Oh, that's a tough one. What to give away? I think I'll give away like one each of these. Oh no, those are all hats. Hat, 2 hats, 3 hats. I'll give away Zen Penetrate. That's kind of a little OP. I want people to have to earn that stuff. I'll give away this. I think I might have given one of these away again. I'm going to give another one away because I think it's a cool item. This one was made by Elrond. Let's see, add one quite. There we go. What a coincidence. This one was also made by Elrond, or so it claims. By the way, I think there was some negative stuff said about Elrond earlier on Universal Chat. I just got wind of it, but I'm pretty sure that that was not a true statement. I'm not going to go into what was said, but Elrond has been awesome. I will, if I could put up a billboard on the front of my house, I'd put up a billboard for Elrond and endorse him as a good and fair crafter. So we're going to have a plus 18 torque doll hammer. And I'm giving this out again because next release, hopefully, Bludgeon will get a little bit better. Oh, I forgot to get the change in for the changing up the ground pound. I'm sure somebody's reminded me of that in chat at least 3 times, and I've ignored them. But I wanted to get this giveaway going. There we go. Now it's open. Now you can type raffle to join. Let's see. Remy Theory Antha. I'm a 60s girl. I first heard of D&D, not a D&D, in high school in the late 70s. I'm trying to remember. For me, it was like 77. I was also born in the 60s. So I'm a 60s boy. But my dad was in the military and we moved around, and we got stationed on probably the second worst military base possible, which was the very northern tip of interior Maine, away from the coast, where it like snows like mad, and everybody looks like they're straight out of Deliverance. Not a great place, but it was on a military base, and all the military guys, it was during the Cold War, it was during the 70s Cold War, and they were always on alert, which means they had to stay in the military in like the base area. They couldn't leave like some of the buildings, and so of course what did the guys do, like 20-something-year-old guys? Hey, D&D is awesome, let's play D&D all the time. So they'd play D&D, and we'd gone up there a few times, and my brother and I had seen them playing, and they invited us to play, and we played D&D with them. That's kind of when I started. It was about 77, 78, somewhere around there. And yeah, it was Dungeons and Dragons, not AD&D. Yeah, the old blue books, and actually we had they were using photocopied versions of the small books. I'm trying to remember what all the different ones were, but those were like small, like that size book. I'm falling behind here. I think Viper Mortal. Oh, let's see. Oh, somebody gave me a sub there. I'm really doing horrible today. I'm gonna have to look at my thing here in a bit, but it looks like Parson Bar sub. Thank you very much, Parson Bar. Love the subs almost as much as I love the follows, because again, I do this stream mainly for promoting the game. It's not a job for me. It's a work of passion. The game and also streaming. And also thank you Viper Mortal for another 100, and Umbra Divisio for the follow. And thank you, Fakan. Thank you, Fakan. I never know how to say. I think it's Ty Fakan, but 100 bits. And then also, Z of Silverdale. Oh man, this Z of Silverdale has come out of nowhere there. Thank you again. 10,000 bits or 1,000 bits. Thank you very much. What was I telling my story on? Oh well. Again, I am also a child of the 60s, so I'm allowed to be forgetful to some amount. Checking to see. I didn't notice what happened to my my little boss trolley dude. Did he get wiped out? Surely the dragons wouldn't wipe him out. Somebody had to help him. Again, I'm just summoning these things so that when I'm sitting here talking and babbling on, if a new person actually comes to the stream to check out the game, they don't just see me standing staring at a wall, which is what I do most of the time anyways. But you can see the culling distance on that dragon. That needs to be turned way up, I think. There you go, see? Right there. I'll parachute out the sky. Meow. Anyways, let me get to some questions here. Do 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 do. Liz Kimber, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. AD&D was one of those great. Oh, she says, I heard loads about D&D and then AD&D and never got to play it except for 1 week. I'm dying to learn more. I want to build a game and with some AD&D ruling behind it. It's one of those things. I played like Dungeons and Dragons, Roll Master, which we also called Rule Master, GURPS, and RuneQuest was one of my favorite. Just the fiction in RuneQuest. Oh, I'd love to make it like a RuneQuest type game with that fiction behind it. Just tons and tons of cool stuff. I mean, Gamma World, pretty much every game out there. So that's great to have that type of exposure to a lot of systems, especially if you're, hey, making a computer game, because, you know, understanding the rule sets and why they do things and, you know, getting exposure to a lot of different ways to do things is really important. I should point out that these GM summoned creatures, I mentioned this yesterday, but they do not actually give any treasure or experience. They can kill you, of course, and destroy your armor and that type of stuff, but they don't actually give you any rewards. We're actually going to make that, we're trying to make a change so that we can have them give some rewards. So there's actually a reason for people to come do this other than for the entertainment, you know, other than the gladiator style entertainment out here. Let's see. I'm going to scroll down here and try to get caught up real quick. Let's see. If that bow is overpowered, can you not diminish its goodness with number of people in the group? So those of us who solo benefit from it most. I'm trying to remember why that would be something that you don't gain benefit, or you gain less benefit in a group. I can't think of a reason off the top of my head. It's a powerful bow, but it's also the reason I was saying I didn't want to give it away, and you know, you got to earn it, is because it's a powerful bow. But it's a really hard bow to get. There's not a ton of them in the game. It's hard enough so that even the guys who are the normal farmers for stuff like that, they have trouble farming it. It really takes a group effort to get that bow. All right, let me scroll down here. Got to do some drinking. Spinock the Great. Question, can you please Rise Lich, who appears after cultists killing in PvP zones and the Rise falling out? Let's see. I didn't quite understand that question, but I will say the Lord Subtleton rewrote some of the logic for the control points and wave spawner stuff. There was a lot of bugs in that. And I've already warned him that sometimes players get used to the bug and that's what they expect. And that they will come burn our house down, which is now my house. So I don't want you guys doing that if we screw with some of that stuff too much. But there's going to be some changes going in for those things. He swears up and down that it's going to actually improve the experience. But we will see. But again, we're very open to you guys and we'll listen to you. But that'll be in next release. But it can fix some bugs, and I think it actually can, he says it can increase the spawn rate of those waves. We'll see. I have mentioned Taunt as an issue a few times yesterday in a party. We hit the killer bunny. I was able to taunt initially, but kept losing the aggro versus lower level adventure, lower level skilled player, even with a GM taunt. Yes, so that's already on the list for this next release is Taunt. Right now it is, if you have it at skill level 1, it is the same power as if you have it at skill level 100. There's some other things that change on it. I think like it reduces cooldown time or something. Maybe it reduces focus cost. But the actual amount of taunt it gives you doesn't increase. So that is one that actually for next release is going to be changing. So we can start varying the extra taunt amount based on the skill level or player level involved. And there, just also know that there are some creatures that just have like the ability. One of the things they do is wipe aggro. That is intentional, and that's to give them more chaotic stuff. I would not be shocked if the killer bunny is one of those that has a wipe aggro ability, and that is like wipe their own aggro. Again, and it's just you can imagine if you've seen the Monty Python, the Holy Grail, which is the closest thing to the killer bunny. It's pretty chaotic and bounces around, jumps from throat to throat to throat. So it actually is pretty good simulation for that stuff. Master Valo. Oh my goodness, is that Valo Frostbane here on my stream? Greetings and thank you very much, Master Valo. But anyway, so yeah, so that may be actually what you're seeing with the bunny, the death bunny. Okay, let's see. Yes, enter the giveaway. All of you enter the giveaway at raffle. This one's going to be for plus 18 Elrond hammer that I've given away once before, but I'm trying to give away a few more because next release, Bludgeon will be awesome. How many releases in a row have I been saying that? It'll be a little bit better next release. Let's see. You guys got any more questions there? I am probably going to be getting off here in the not too distant future. Let me remind you, and let me go see if people are up. Looks like 4 people have taken advantage of it now. My stream special, I'm trying to come up with non-stream specials that don't involve me having to ship stuff, so I can focus my shipping time on actually shipping the boxes that are still left to go out to a couple hundred people. But if you buy a lot upgrade during my stream, and actually I've said we've already had some people who point out that I can't log on at work. I'm stuck at work until 6 or 8 or whatever. Let it go longer so I can do it. So I'm going to let it go until 9. But if you buy a lot upgrade between the start of my stream, hour and a half ago, and 9, and message me what house type you want, I'll give you a third of whatever you spend on the upgrade. I'll give you that as credit towards a house. If you have a type of house that is like a rare, like you got like a Cabal village or whatever, and you upgrade to a town, send me the I don't know what the rare ones are, to be honest, but I'll try and upgrade you, even if it's one that's like a house that's not available. But you got to send me that house type, just because I don't want to add more houses that are supposed to be removed from the world. I don't want to add more copies of those in there. But I would love to have a way. We'd always planned on having a way to upgrade houses. We just didn't quite get to it yet. So this would be your opportunity to do that. But it looks like we had 4 people upgraded. Looks like a couple of them are pretty big upgrades. Wait, is that, how much is that? Yeah, there's a couple of pretty big upgrades there. So it looks like some people want some house stuff. Probably ought to go check my mail. But anyways, that'll run until 9 o'clock my time, so 5.5 hours from now. And I'll just do it again through the in-game mail system. So just send me, if you, like, whatever your third isn't enough to get the house you want, you can just send me the difference between that and the house you want. And crowns, and I'll send it to you. But that's my stream special today, so just get that done before 9 if you want to jump in on that. And I'll see how it goes. I may do that as my stream special for the week or something. I'll see how popular it is. 4 is already pretty popular in my book. But let's see. Yeah, I think that's Sheldon out here trying to clean up on the dragons. Oh, here's Aramis. Arn Magnuson, thank you and your team for all the hard work on the game. Absolutely welcome, and again, we do this mainly as a passion project because, I mean, there's Austin, in case people don't know, like, I think our unemployment in Austin is like 2% or 1.8% or something crazy like that. So there's lots of things we could be doing, but as I mentioned before, someone was wondering about the team size. The team size hasn't changed in almost a year, like 10 months or something. We lost one person, Sarah, who went, I think I've mentioned this before, love Sarah, but she was way overqualified for the job she was doing. So we totally get her moving on, and there's absolutely no hard feelings. We love her, and we'd take her back in a second. But she left, and we had somebody come in to replace her on the CS stuff. Again, we all do this because it's a passion project for us. Lots of things we could be doing here in Austin. It's a big game community, but the stability of the team, I think, is one of those things that demonstrates just how much this is a work of passion for so many people. Let's see. Rufus, question, is having the ability to put a stack of items on a vendor? Oh, and Z of Silverdale. Oh, I see what's going on there, Z of Silverdale. Again, thank you. But I see it was just a tie between Sinash Kazagal and Z of Silverdale, and now it's been like escalated a little bit there. But again, thank you. Oh, wait, Z of Silverdale asked a question. Question, is there plans to make towns more live with birds and other mobs? Rabbits, random creatures. Could we perhaps have events for towns, like when sieges have order guys raid towns or Halloween? So there's a bunch of that stuff coming. That's the work that I mentioned earlier, some stuff that Lord Subtleton's doing on the creature spawning and that type of stuff. But there'll be a lot more of that type of stuff coming online in terms of having more creatures on there. Some of it is many towns had their NPCs decimated a while back because performance on NPCs was identified as really a killer problem for a lot of people. But he has been doing a ton of work on making that much better. Lots of different stuff. So, yes, Rufus, I got distracted in the middle of your question. But anyways, and that's partly for just performance everywhere, but it's so we can also have much larger scenes. So we can have, like I was talking about, like 4 kilometer across scenes, and have them still run really well for you guys. Oh, that was cool. That was like some eagle or something flew up there. Yes, Rufus, I need to get back to your question. Yeah, that is one of the things that's coming, and also the item spawner. So it can spawn creatures is the other one that's coming. And again, that's some of that work. There's like a lot of these things are all tied together. And you'll see some things breaking and unbreaking and all that type of stuff. Like the lot pets and the lot GM summon pets actually were broken in one of my streams here recently, where they worked fine for me, but for everybody else, they just saw them as standing still dead and they let them beat them to death. That was the same thing. And then also the same one, the lot combat dummy. But anyways, those are all because we're working on those changes so that we can allow lots and lots and lots of AIs and without performance hits to people on the map. So that's coming up. Antrax, Artec, 100 bits. Thank you, Antrax, for that support and all the other support that you give in so many different ways. And Sinash Kazagal, again, 500 bits, escalated again. Oh, okay, that's good. And Z of Silverdale has tied them up there to be exactly 2,500. If you guys saw the crazy war between Snugs and iStar Strider towards the end of last month, you guys need to come up with some peace treaty there to flip a coin or something. But again, thank you guys so much. Your battle is our benefit. Oh yeah, I said I was going to do something for Rufus, like go back and finish his question. I stopped and got distracted mid thing. Rufus' question is having the ability to put a stack of items on a vendor and set per item price in the coming upgrade to vendors. So there's a bunch of things that are coming on vendors. We went through and looked at what one of the things we're trying to do is try and make sure and look at what each of the people is working on, because right now we kind of just like have like a big task pool, but the reality is we have a lot of silos on the team, so we're trying to do a little better on identifying the most critical stuff that will benefit the game and paying attention to the silos, which has kind of changed some of our priorities here recently. So that's one of the ones that is in case you're wondering what Devil Cult is doing here, I'm stealth, or I'm GM stealth, so they can't actually see me, but he can see on the stream where he is. So he was running over to jump in front of the camera. But anyway, so one of the things we're doing that we identified as being higher priority that needs to be on a Wizard Smoke thing is we are setting up a generic system for rankings of all different sorts of things, tons and tons of stuff. And that is not just PvP rankings, but obviously that's going to be one of them. But that'll be probably pretty simple compared to the stuff that like Apple Rust has going on. But we'll have some PvP ranking stuff going on. We'll have some like crafter ranking stuff going on, so you can see who's crafted the most items or has the most vendor sales, because that's really the thing that's the desirable part, is having the most vendor sales. So you can have let's see, you can have your dungeons. You go into the town, and imagine going to the town crier. That's one of the things we want in there, is be able to go to the town crier and pull up, like, show me the top dungeons in town. And you can show, sort them by size. You can sort them by hours played and that type of stuff in them. But having that ranking system that's more of a generic ranking system where we can go and pull stuff and have it actually in game. Oh, Sea Bear Black Market back in the game after he was one of the top guys last month. And Snugs 100. Snugs is pacing himself, I think, this month. Sea Bear Black Market, thank you so much for your support. And if you're just giving me so that I say Sea Bear Black Market for advertising your market, Sea Bear Black Market, Sea Bears Black Market, Sea Bears Black Market. Thank you very much for your support. And also Snugs, as always. Snugs being one of our 2 VIPs, with Ice Star Strider being the other VIP. Oh wait, let's see. Clawmint, thank you for the follow. Man, I'm just spending all my time thanking you guys. I need to do more talking about stuff. So anyways, the priority, the person who'd be doing the vendor stuff would most likely be Wizard Smoke, but he's going to be spending at least a good chunk of this first, this next release, coming up with a generic ranking system and UI system in game. Oh, Aid's seeing if he can do anything to me now. Now he sees on the stream where I am. And that's going to be a chunk of his time, and then from there he's going to pass it off to Undone, who will be doing a lot of the data mining stuff to fill those ranking systems as we come up with more stuff. And we'll use that going forward. And like probably some of the early ones you can expect is like, I mentioned some of them. Another one will probably be like fishing, so you can see the top fishermen within some amount of time. Crafters, all that type of stuff. Let's see. Sheldon Cooper, what happens to the kill many undeads, dragons, trolls? Your mace, sword, spear becomes a weapon. That's still on the plan for episode 2. That will probably come along with we've got big plans for basically what will end up being like all the crafting that we have now is kind of tier 1 crafting. That'll probably come along with the same time as like the tier 2 crafting. Because we most very likely will not be doing a soft wipe for episode 2, meaning you'll get to carry yourself over, which means that we will be doing those will be a lot of the stuff you have right now will kind of become tier 1 quality items, and there'll be a whole nother tier of more powerful stuff above that. But that'll probably come in with that work that we do on that stuff. Let's see. And yes, again, I do love the follows. I am doing this. The money you guys give us is awesome. I'm not going to discourage that because that, like I said, we just had a team lunch that was paid for by Twitch, or it will be at some point because Twitch money lags by like 60 days or something. I think it's 45 days from the end of each month is when things. We haven't seen a penny out of Twitch. But anyways, the main reason I do this is to help attract new players to the game, which I'm probably not doing by standing here in a mediocre-looking grass field with Cleo juggling and Aramis playing dead. Maybe I am. It would probably be far better if I did something like this to keep them entertained. There we go. Now we'll have some entertainment. The bunnies do not care if you're playing dead, by the way. Aramis. But anyways. But yeah, so trying to attract new players to the game is the main reason for the stream. And promoting that. And again, we've seen really good numbers in terms of how many people come through that are, just browse to the game. Not taking a link, not coming here directly, but actually find us just browsing through the menus. So, Toad didn't notice he died. Oh no, he's still alive. He's all the guys that are here are pretty darn tough. Eight is the only one I don't really recognize that well, but I know Devil Colt is not a noob. But yes, these bunnies are pretty darn mean, and you see why they're pretty mean. It's because they also move like 50 miles an hour and they'll run you down no matter how fast you are. Let's see, what was I going to talk about here? Oh, I know one thing I was going to talk about. I was going to show off some more graphics settings, what the graphics settings mean. Let me go show off that. So here's one that people may not understand. Well, I think you guys understand bloom. If you look here, like look at that, the fiery corpse stuff there. Here it is with bloom. You can see like here, it's basically over bright stuff, adds bloom, and it like that blooms out. It's a pretty common feature these days. Hey, can you guys do that graphics thing again? So the ring of fire thing. I got a ring. Oh, I got a ring of fire here. I'll just do it. I'll just do it on you guys. There you go. So you can kind of see some of the bloom on that. So when I turn off bloom, it basically just reduces the over saturation, the over bright that bleeds when it's over bright effect there. There's some things that are like really show it off. Well, some, not so much. I think Ring of Fire, actually, if you cast a couple of them, I think that kind of adds up and gets pretty bright. So depth of field is, this is one of those where we kind of need a slider for it. It's very, very modest. It's one of those things we added it at some point. It's one of those things when we added it, some people were like, yeah, I hate it, turn it off. So we gave them an option to turn it off, but I think it's so mild now that it's hardly noticeable. And I think it's one that we can change it by scenes. We can do things like if you're on a coastal scene, we can have like, it's got a greater depth of field in terms of it starts blurring out a little bit when you get closer. One of the ones that people don't know that much about is use camera effects, and that uses a couple things. So the thing to watch for with this one is you can see the grass. Kind of see how it has like some dark areas at the bottom. There's screen space ambient occlusion is what's doing that. That is, it helps attach things to the ground. Well, I'm talking about techie stuff. Again, for those who don't know, screen space means rather than it being it goes and works on like, in-game space, like the polygon level, like and all this stuff and like everything. What it actually does is instead it looks at everything's done rendering, and we've got the colors for everything in the scene. We got all that, but it also has the Z buffer, like the depth. It can tell how far away things are. It can tell some of those things, so it knows that part of things. It knows what basically it can use that to find the crevices and that type of stuff. So what camera effects does is that is the ambient occlusion, the screen space ambient occlusion. So you can see the grass, see how it makes the base of the grass really more noticeably dark. You can also see it on like players' feet and other things. But the shadows, people don't really realize why you need shadows. It's kind of the same reason this ambient occlusion helps as well. It helps tie things to the ground. You can really be confused. Like if things don't have shadow, it's really hard to judge, even like if it's standing on the ground, because your brain is so used to using shadows to figure that out and tie things to the ground. So again, that is screen space ambient occlusion is the main thing. I think there's a couple of things that actually come in with the camera effects. But in general, it's pretty good. It does add a little bit of darkness. Whoops. Add a little bit of darkness to the screen. But yeah, in general, it's good, and it's one of those things where it's pretty darn cheap because it's using screen space rather than actually working at like the polygon level. It's all it has to look at is one, set of pixels and data and stuff like that, and it can do it all on the GPU side of things. So again, pretty cheap. But that is another one I've mentioned on the stream before. That's kind of one of those things. Rendering at 4K that's one of those things that contributes to 4K performance because it is based on screen space. Hey, and guess what? If you're running on a 4K monitor at 4K resolution, it's 4 times as expensive to do it as this, and it can pretty much overwhelm things. As I've mentioned before, that's also the lighting model we use works in screen space, largely works in screen space. So that also gets 4 times as expensive on a 4K monitor versus a 2K monitor. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah, the tooltips have been bothering me so much lately. I'm with you on the adding a toggle so you can change the delay for how quickly they come up. Yeah, and really it just needs to be whatever it is right now. It needs to be longer because that is always so annoying to have like pop, 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 pop. Hey, oh, I fell behind there. Consupacrit. I'm trying to figure out if there's something dirty in there. I don't think so. Yeah, I can't see anything in there. But thank you again for the follow, Consupacrit. And again, thank you, iStar Strider, our other VIP there, and see Black Bear Market has returned fire on iStar Strider, keeping his lead a little bit ahead there. Again, guys, thank you so much on that stuff. But it's early in the month. Pace yourself, boys or girls. Thank you again, Sea Bears Black Market, for that stuff. And let's see. What was I going to talk about next? Let me see if there's any questions out here. I'm actually getting kind of close to when I should be ending my stream. So you know what? Actually, I'm going to do a quick drawing now, and then I'll do one more big drawing thing before the end of the stream. So let's go ahead and you guys got like 5 seconds, and I'll give a little bit extra because I know there's some stream lag before when I tell you have 5 seconds. So I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a couple seconds for buffer lag, whatever. Okay, that's it. You're closing. Oh wow, it looks like a few people got in right there by the end. And here we go. And so this is for that plus 18 Elrond hammer, the dupe of the one that I use for testing my bludgeon skill stuff. Here we go. You guys ready? Thank you, E-Hondas, for the 100 bits. And all the other stuff you do in your super constructive nature. Oh, look there. Oh, rigged. Rigged. Soda Vespers, congrats. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and send that to him. I think I know his name. Oh yeah, I played this game the other day too. I had the item unlock torque. Now I can do it. Grats. And send. You have prizened, or been prizened. Yeah, I'll have to start showing the Streamlabs chat bot again when I pull those things. Let's see. So what can I give away for my last prize? And I'm not going to be too much longer here, so you guys will get a prize pretty quick. Because I got to get downstairs. My daughter is home today, and I need to go spend some time with her. I sent her to the park with her mom. Let's see. Maybe I can do something out of the store. Again, while I'm looking for things in the store, that reminds me that I need to remind you guys that if you do an upgrade during the stream today, or actually before 9 o'clock tonight, just tell me you saw it during the stream. I will give you a third of whatever you spend on your upgrade as credit towards a house, purchasing a house. So if you spend 9,000 crowns or something, then you get 1/3 of that, like 3,000 crowns towards a house. You can just send me, if there's a specific house you want, let me know. If it's 3,000 or less crowns, let me know, and I'll just send it to you. If it is more than 3,000, just send me the difference between it. I think it'll be pretty easy. Again, I'm just trying this out as an experiment. I didn't run this by anybody. I fully expect Star to smack me, except you can't smack me because we're not in an office anymore. Take that, Star. But you know what I mean. But anyways, I'm going to try this and we'll see how this goes. But I think it's actually pretty good because it encourages you guys to spend some of those crowns you have. It's not actually, not encouraging you to go to the store and buy stuff, but just getting some of the crowns. Because as I've mentioned on the stream, that's one of the things we've looked at and we know is a problem, or have known as a problem, is you guys have a lot of crowns stashed away out there. And I got to drain those out of the economy so you guys have a reason to go back to the store someday. But again, a lot of that just comes from, there's a lot of people who've been doing the rewards program and have been just collecting the crowns for a long time, which we thank you for all the reward stuff. But now we got to figure out how to drain some of those crowns out of the market for you guys. Let's see, what have I missed over here? Oh, I need to pick the thing. God. Oh, battle banners, that's cool. Epic dead tree. Maybe I'll just do. Maybe. This Adobe brick 2-story, in case you guys haven't seen before, this is one of my favorite houses. It doesn't fit well visually in a lot of scenes, but it's actually one of my favorite houses just because it's got these walls. They're thick enough so they have a lot of good space to deco in them. But that's a pretty good one. I think I'm going to do that one just because I'm really partial to that particular house. I'm going to swap that out probably for my house. I've got that giant monstrous keep that I kind of put there just to be obscene and hideous. But I kind of like this one, and I love the little courtyard that you can deco and the space up on top. It feels more like something I'd want to live in a fantasy world. But I do think the keep thing that I had in there is one of the more impenetrable visually. So, but anyways, so yeah, I'll do Adobe brick 2-story keep, and that's a pretty good thing. That's 5,000 crowns. Soda Vespers, no, you're not going to get your 7.3 billion gold. Guess what? For guessing 7.3, I cheated and gave you the thing. That's not true. I'll show it for this last one. I'll pull up the chat bot so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, hold on. I know everybody's doing raffle, but don't do it yet. I got to get this up here. Adobe brick 2-story keep with courtyard. City home. And boom. Now you guys can do the raffle thing. And spam everything to drive all the questions off screen so I can't see what I need to answer. Let's see. That which lurks has spoken. Question. Could there be a bar guest for those who want an in-game wolf pet? Oh, that's pretty cool. On par with the Razorbacks and the other tame pets. Yeah, that's... yeah, having a nasty wolf. We don't have really a high-tier wolf. Maybe that's something I could do on the stream tomorrow, is I could go make some stats for the wolves. For some higher-tier wolves that you guys could also have as... you guys could tame. Because that's... You know, right now, of course, people are bears or boars. Really for their tamed pets. But yeah, that'd be great. And add some red eyes. Red glowing eyes and horns. Yeah, that'd be good. And I'm trying to remember the bar guests. Aren't those kind of like more of like a spirity, ghosty type dog? Maybe I could do something like I did with the Ghost Scorpion, where it's got the kind of the see-through. Good idea, that which lurks. There you go. Google on Barghast. Let's see. Northern English folklore. The Barghest or Barghest, it's two different spellings. One is G-H-E-S-T and one is G-U-E-S-T. Is a mythical, monstrous black dog with large teeth and claws. Though in other cases, the name can refer to a ghost or household elf. What? No way, it's a big dog. Everybody knows it's a big dog. Everybody who played D&D knows it's a big dog. Am I right? Talking to you, Liz. If only you had played D&D, you would know. Let's see. Sea Bears Black Market. Hope we should, starting next week, I believe, all those guys who have been out all these crazy times, except for Lord Subtleton, everybody should be back in the office. And I think getting your pot added to a soda map requires basically 3 people. It shouldn't require 3 people. Again, that's why we hate our map system, and would love to replace it for episode 2. But it requires basically 3 people: Burning Toad, and Sanyo, and then also Undone are the 3 guys. It's probably more of an Undone thing to get you on the map there. But that also reminds me, I had somebody message me saying, great April Fool's joke on the giving away a pot. That's not 100% final. Still nailing it down, but that's not an April Fool's joke. In case you listened to the show yesterday, we're going to be having a in-game contest for decoing. That'll be probably a 2-week deco contest that we'll have like an entry fee in it, but the winning prize for the top decoed village lot will be a overworld pot, so one that has access to the overworld, which we aren't. In case you didn't get the memo, we aren't doing those anymore. We'll do like embedded pots or whatever, I think, maybe. But this was one we removed a couple of PRTs, so we figured we had a little room left, so we'd have room to put at least one more down. I think we've got room to put a couple more if we do one per PRT. But anyways, we'll have a pot will be the prize for it. It'll be whatever the small pot is. I forget, Stronghold or something like that. But of course, you can always upgrade it. But anyway, so it'll be a contest where, for right now, we're saying 100,000 gold or 1,000 crowns. You can enter into the contest. And when you enter in, you'll get a lot assigned to you in this special deco town that we're going to be adding. And then you'll have up until the end of next release. That's the current plan for it. We'll see if that changes. We may delay it until like the start of next release and have it go through the whole release or something. But that's kind of the plan, is let you guys deco village lots, do your best decoing, most original decoing, and then give away the prize of a pot. You become the governor of a pot. And again, that's, as I was saying yesterday, that's one of those things I think it's really cool, because it is like being a governor is a lot of work. Guess what? Decoing a house to the point where it's good enough to win a contest is a lot of work too. So it's kind of, you're proving that you're going to be a great governor, because that's really what we like, is player-run towns kind of suck. And we'd much rather replace them with some player-owned towns. So that's kind of the idea, is we pulled off a couple of PRTs, and hopefully we can get a couple of POTs out there that will be 10 times as cool. Let's see. Silver Tree Consortium. Question, can we get a new pot based on the fishing expedition? I have said that exact same thing, that we need to have like a new pot that's just based on that. We're going to add some, I think we're going to be adding some new pot types again. This is up to Star to prioritize, but I've been wanting new pots for a while, but I've wanted a fishing pot that was basically what you just described. It's, you know, a bunch of sandbars with fishing all over the place. But then the other one I've been screaming about for a while is an Isle of Storm style pot. Basically floating giant rock pot where the pot is actually on top of it. Imagine if you took an Isle of Storms, made it, you know, 4 times as big, and then like there's your pot floating up above everything. Except I would insist for that pot that you can run and jump off the edge, and then you appear as a ghost in Novia. Let's see. Oh, something happened. Viper Mortal, thank you for 100 bits. One of our more consistent cheers. Let's see. Oh, it looks like Soda Vespers has lowered his offer from 7.3 billion to 7.3 million. That's quite a compromise. If you take off another 3 zeros, I will pay you 7,300 gold as your winning price. Let's see. If you want to have pots thrive, would it be a good idea to give the pot owners a discount on town deco? That's one of the things I keep doing, is trying to push, and I've done this on stream. I've actually done it live on stream before. Is you guys tell me about, hey, there's a thing. This should be a pot deco, and I should be able to use in pot deco. I can go and change the flags for it. So rather than like giving some discounts on other things, I'm trying to make more and more stuff that is like player deco move to pot. And I think you guys all know that I've continued to push and double the pot deco limits. The lots are a little bit tougher just because those are already in the thousands, and then you can also have like 100 lot with, you know, thousands of decos. That ends up piling up to an insane number of things. But the pot decos really don't hurt that much, and they actually make the pot so much more charming, or give you guys so many more options for role playing. Like, again, you can put up like, now you've got enough pot decos that you can actually do like, hey, I can do castle walls finally, and actually make like a little walled city without having to do some of the crazy hacks you had to do before, like place down a village lot that you're putting walls on so you could actually get enough space for it. That which lurks. Question, when will the baby dragons become tameable, and when will the tamed creature combat pass happen? Trying to think. So I'm going to be doing some more untamed. I did some stuff on the summoned this last release. But honestly, again, that's one of those things. I went and did I said I would do that for one of my streams coming up. But I did the test, and with the skill set to 110, most of the summoned pets can take an obsidian bear. Not like a tamed obsidian bear, just an obsidian bear out in the wild. Like one-on-one. That's kind of been the goal, is if you have 100 skill, we would expect it to be to do well, maybe not win, but do well against a tier 10 creature. And that's kind of where it is. So I kind of feel bad about improving things too much. I did give them a few little bumps this last release. And I did actually, for those who didn't know, I didn't hear much screaming about it, so maybe that means you guys were okay with it. I did make a change to the water elemental, and again, that's some lifting the other guys up and then pushing the water elementals down. But the change to the water elemental was pretty minor, in that I increased the cooldown time for the healing spell, because that's one of the things I noticed when I would use it. Is like that thing would just heal, like just non-stop healing with no real cooldown between it. So it actually has a little bit of a cooldown now. Let's see. Oh, Spec 2600 is in there. Hey, Spec. That means Spec will win. I'm going to have to show this time, because if Spec won, then I'm sure everybody would be screaming cheat. But before I forget here, Sea Bear's Black Market. Sea Bears Black Market. Sea Bears Black Market. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. And apparently go shop at Sea Bears Black Market. Let's see. Again, I said I wasn't going to go long. I just heard some voices downstairs, which means the kiddo has returned home. So you guys should be entering that raffle here soon, because I'm going to wrap this up. And also, if you are a streamer, you should probably go get your Twitch stream live if you want me to come raid you. The last couple times I've had some of the guys I know in stream, like Sheldon and some other people, are still in stream talking to me right up to the last minute. And then I got out there and there was nobody to raid. Well, there are 2 people to raid, but they're people I've raided a lot. So, again, if you are a streamer, you should probably be heading out to get your stream going so I can come raid you in about 10 minutes. Let's see. So I did not do the stuff I was planning on doing today. I will try and get to that tomorrow. I need a little more setup time, and I got home just before the stream started. That's actually why I delayed it till 2:15. Was I normally do it at 2, for those who don't know. Trying to be fairly consistent about it and be a good Twitcher. But try and do it at 2 o'clock every day. Tomorrow I'm going to try to start work on the Deep Ravenswood. Reworking some of that to try to bring back some of the glory in Deep Ravenswood and also improve performance and visuals and some other stuff in it. But again, I'll try to do that live on the stream and let you guys watch my Unity editor if I can get that working right. So that'll be tomorrow. Today I'm going to be closing up pretty quick, though, so enter the raffle and also go get your stream going because I need somebody to raid here in a little while. Let's see. Liz Kimber. Liz, you're so nice. Always thinking of me. How did the kindergarten things go? Went great. Maxine is going to be going to do awesome. She's 5 and just going into kindergarten. Already reads pretty well. Sounding out words, getting to the point where she recognizes more words. We're continuing to work on it with the flashcards and stuff. Trying to be the good parents. Of course, I say that, but I'm about to go downstairs and let her watch a movie with me for an hour or 2. We're working our way through the Clone Wars, Star Wars Clone Wars. She does not know that I actually worked with the guys on the Clone Wars at LucasArts. But at some point I'll tell her and show her some of that stuff and show her pictures of the Clone Wars guys. Let's see. T-Branch says, your upgrade offer worked. I sold 60k Kodos on my vendors in Novia. Holy cow, 60k? Does that mean I'm about to get like a bunch of big... Let's see. Looks like there's been 7 upgrades so far. I think the guy that bought the 60k... Oh, there was a 21k, a 20k, and an 18k. That right there would be 60k. I don't know who that was. Oh, those all 3 were the same guy. That may have been the guy who was you sold them to. So yeah, glad I could help you out there, T-Branch. Glad to get some of those crowns off your vendor. And again, for those who don't know, that was the deal that if you do a lot upgrade between now and 9, I normally do it until 5, which is just after my stream ends. But this is one of the things I'm trying to get more stuff in game rather than you guys actually sending us money and me having to ship you physical crap, because I don't want to ship any more physical crap. I got too much to ship already. But I will give you 1/3 of whatever you spend on the upgrade as a credit towards a house, and you can just pay me the difference between that and the house price. Or if it's less than the house, or if you have more of a credit than the house price, I'll just send you a house. So kind of you get like 1/3 back, sort of. You don't really get it back, but you get it towards a house, whatever. Same thing. But that way, I know there's a lot of those guys out there that they're not upgrading because it's like, well, if I upgrade my deed, I've got, then I've got to get a house. So here's your chance. Go upgrade your deed and get the house. About 5 minutes left, and I will end the. Oh, let's make it 3 minutes left. 4:15. I will end the raffle, do the final drawing, and then go raid somebody's stream. So you got 3 minutes if you're going to be a streamer person. Let's see. I got a few questions in here. Let's see. Yes. The kindergarten stuff. But yeah, it went great. Maxine loved it. She loved they had chickens. They had open classroom stuff. She was already trying to be the teacher's pet. I know all the other kids are gonna hate her, but it went great. So excited about her going to kindergarten. Let's see. What expired houses does this deal include? Twitch you. No expired houses. What I will do is if you do this upgrade and you have a expired house, it's like say you got the expired village version of it, and you upgrade your lot to a town. If you send me your old house, like I don't even know what's expired, like is Elven crap expired, Obsidian, whatever. I'll send you the next size up, and that'll send you the town thing. But I'm not going to add if it's an expired house. I'm not letting you get an expired house unless you send me an expired house, basically. So if you have I don't even know what's expired, but yeah, you send me an Elven house or whatever, and I'll give you the next size up in the Elven, like from Elven Road to Elven Village, or Village to town, or town to city, or whatever. So let's see. Shroud of the Avatar. Why does my Wyvern only deal 2 to 5 poison damage while the wild variants deal 2 to 34? That's one of those I need to go look at. I can do that right now, although I only have 3 minutes. How about if I look at some of that stuff tomorrow? Let me get that on my list, and I will make that the first thing I look at tomorrow on the live stream with you guys, is Wyverns. Because, yeah, Wyverns don't get used that much, and they're supposed to be the coolest. I mean, they're supposed to be kind of the new dragon, but I think I see them out more often at parties just because they look cool. But I don't see too many of you guys fighting with Wyverns, even though they look cool. Wyvern, poison damage, tamed version sucks. So what I've been seeing a lot of these is that they actually have like some attack that has hard-coded rather than something that scales up. And I usually have to go fix those, so I will try and get that fixed. Irish Eyes, what if I don't have a house yet? Why do you not have a house? You've got to have a house. If you buy a house, if you buy a lot deed fresh with crowns, I could probably do a third. This may be getting me into trouble here. I don't know. Again, I'm not that familiar with the prices, but I'll do, if you're buying a new one, if you buy one fresh, if you buy a lot deed fresh, I'll give you a third of the price towards a house. You'll probably have to tell me, though. You'll probably have to send me an email so I can go search for it, because might have a query set up for this stuff, but it doesn't cover that right now. Me7777. So will you exchange houses for us for free? No. No, I'm not going to exchange houses for you for free. It's just crowns. It's not real money, right? Right? Well, somebody just bought 60,000 crowns with gold off of T-Branch, so some people don't see it that way. What I will do is if you have like one of the lot deed special, again, one of the expired things, I don't think we sell those, so I don't have a good idea for what the price is. If you upgrade from a village to whatever, I can throw in, give you, again, upgrade the village to one of the other ones. But you do have to turn in the lot, the house deed to me. When you use your first row deed, it would be nice if you got a house. I thought you did get a house in that deal. Mike Soda, what if I trade mini deeds for one bigger deed? That gets weird because, again, you can get, like, you know, there's a lot of row lot deeds out there just because we give them away free. So I'd start getting weird on that. I'm sure there'd be some exploits of, like, well, if I get my, 17 characters on my free accounts and get the row lot deed or get the village for finishing the quest, then I can take those and pay this, and then I can end up getting like a 70% discount off of this thing because Chris is stupid. Not today, I'm not. We'll stick with the upgrades for today, but I can look into those things, but I expect there's some problems. Antrax says, nerf chaotic poisons with bow. You don't like the chaotic poison? Yeah, poison bows. Again, that's, as you guys probably know, I delayed allowing poison on bow for a long time. Now you know why. Soda Vespers. Let's see. How do I block someone from chat? Soda Vespers banned for 72 hours. Just kidding. Oh, I'm past the time I said I'd be here. I'm going to answer one more question, then I'm going to go click the button. So if you guys need to get in the raffle, get in the raffle now. Because when I finish answering a question, I'm going to go click the button and throw some loots your way. Let's see. Frost Robert, I'll answer yours. Has the full screen bug been addressed yet? No. All right, let's call it a day. No, we've actually looked at that. That is a fabulous new bug that Unity introduced with 2018.3. Again, I think people who paid attention to the development that much know that we've tried to upgrade to Unity 2018.3. It's always like this whenever we try to upgrade to a big point version like this, multiple times, and chickened out because the crash rate was worse. We actually got one that the crash rate is actually slightly better than it was before. Continues to be that way. And it does have a few bugs, and the full screen one is one of them. Another one is using the map on Linux causes a crash on some Linux platforms. Undone is working on that one right now. But there were some problems like that, but they were not bad enough so that we decided to chicken out. We wanted to stay on 2018.3 because we feel overall the vast majority of people see benefits from it. And it gives us a lot of benefits and keeps us from falling even further behind the update curve. So no, that has not been fixed. We're looking for a fix. There may not be one until Unity gets a fix, though. So you might just have to hang in there for a release or two. But as Liz said, the 2018.3 has nice shinies for them to work with. You'll get to see some of those nice shinies coming up. It also caused that white terrain and black terrain problems. But it also comes with terrain instancing and some other stuff that helps us with performance. So you'll see some of those performance benefits coming up in a patch soon. Speaking of a patch, I'll be pushing out a patch right after this stream as I go and test the build and then push out the version. But before I do that, let me go and close the giveaway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then a little pause for you guys because I know there's some stream lag. And then I'm going to close the giveaway. Bam. And, we're up to 140. Pick a winner. Oh, I got to show the thing here because it's probably going to pick like spec or something. You guys will be screaming bloody murder at me. Here we go. You guys ready? You can also see who the first people were to get into it. Belladonna Rose, Devil Cult, Silver Tree. Here we go. I'm going to click the button. You guys are watching. You are my witnesses. Care Marvan. Sorry, Spec, it wasn't you. I told it to pick you, but it did not. But Care Marvan, congratulations on that thing. You, sir, have won a Adobe brick. Our two-story brick, two-story keep with Courtyard City Home, which I will send to you right now. You know why I'm sending it to you right now? Because I forget things. And if I don't send it to you right now, you're never going to get it. And I think, yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think you might have won something before. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I probably need to go buy that thing first. Let's see, where was that? That was in Homes. That guy right there. Buy. Did someone do something? Hey, Viper Mortale. Mortale. You gotta tell me how to say your name sometime. Purchase. Bam. Guys, as always, thank you so much for all the support. Wait, what happened to the key? Was it keep? What's in the name? Keep. Oh, there we go. Two-story keep. Yeah. And again, this is one of my favorite houses, just in terms of like usability, and it's not like freaking massive, but it's kind of cool because it's got like the walls you can go up and walk around all around the walls, and it's got a courtyard that's big enough for like dueling and stuff like that. That of course can also be decoed. So Caernarvon, Cedarwood. Again, thank you so much for coming to the stream today, and enjoy your house. I think this is a city home, so maybe this is a good time to go take advantage of the thing, except you won't need a house to upgrade to. Enjoy. Sending it right now. There you go, sucker. Again, guys, thanks so much. Spec 2600. Oh, that touches my heart, Spec. Oh, thank you for the sub. Red Dog 31, thank you for the follow. Again, the main reason I do this is to expose more players to the game. Although, again, as I point out, pretty much every time I'm exposing players to me standing looking at a wall most of the time, which may not be a great selling point. That's not a horrible looking wall, though. And there's a giant dude standing here, so that's kind of cool. And a wyvern. But again, thanks so much, and love the follows, love the sub, love the bits. Sea Bear's Black Market. Looks like he's ending on top for the day, for the month, actually, to this point. So thank you guys again. And I should be on tomorrow at 2. I'm going to try to do some editing stuff, working on Deep Ravenswood to try to bring back some of the early glory from that. So you guys can watch that tomorrow. I'll probably do less Q&A type stuff like I did today, so I can actually get some work done and kind of kill two birds with one stone. So again, it may not be that exciting, but I'll try to talk while I work, because I usually do anyways. Usually it's me saying, F you, Unity, why are you so slow? Why do you suck? Why did you crash, Unity? But I will be talking, so you guys can look forward to that. Oh, look, it's one and only him. Only is the giant person there. I didn't even realize that was one and only. You guys should thank him. I think he has a fix for the terrain bug, and it's got some performance stuff in it. So he may be watching the stream here. He didn't enter in the contest. I would have let him win if he'd entered the contest. I would have cheated and given him the hacksory things. But again, guys, thanks so much. I'm going to go raid somebody's stream, so hopefully you guys will hang out, at least a good number of you, so you can go help out one of our fellow streamers and help boost them up on the stream. Because again, the more people we have in streams, the more people can view the streams and will stumble upon us, the more people who will stumble into the game as well. I've given that little talk before about, again, how we're kind of a odd game, and that we're a little tough to get into, but as most of you probably know, once you get into it, there's a lot of addictive stuff to it. There's a lot of good features, a lot of good stuff going on. But the tough part is getting players into the game. So having streams and stuff is a great way to do that, because you get to see lots of cool stuff. I'm checking out people right now to figure out who to stream. Let's see. Oh, I see a streamer here. I don't know that well. I think I'm going to be doing somebody new here. We're going to be rating. Wait, that's. I'm going to have to cut and paste this. I can't tell what are L's and what are R's, or what are I's. Hold on. There we go. I think that is Lady Killer. Yes, I got it right by cutting and pasting, which is how I got the totems for Totem 1 Cabal wrong, of course. But in this case, it actually helped. So we are going to be rating Lady Killer. Guys, again, thank you so much. I will be on tomorrow from 2 until 4. For those who don't know my schedules, I work 4 a.m. to noon, then take a break, and then get on and stream some and talk to you guys. So I will be doing that again tomorrow. Thank you so much, and enjoy the raid, and talk to you later.